Alright YouTube, welcome back. So to go off of a spin of the GQ 10 Essentials that we did the other week with Colin, we're going to do the same thing with me, so check out my 10 Essentials. Here we go. Alright, essential number one, and this is in no particular order by any means, but number one is definitely my phone. Got an iPhone X or something like that. It's a pretty good phone. It has a big crack across the front of the screen that's been there for like 2 years since my dog ate it, but my life is on this phone. I mean, you're talking about communication with all my friends, text messages, phone calls all the time, social media. Clearly, we do social media stuff. That's why you're watching this right now. So Facebook, Instagram, you name it, it's all on my phone. The thing that is most important on my phone, though, is all of my saved passwords. Like, everyone has saved passwords somewhere. Mine, locked in here somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where it's at, of course, but they're on here. I would not have my life the way that it is without this thing. It is essential. Moving on to the next essential item that I have. I was not able to bring my espresso maker, but this is the next best thing. I got my espresso cup that I drink out of pretty much every single day. Got the Colin C and Joe P logo on it. That was a gift from Colin, actually. It's a pretty sick little gift. Right. I got the Breville. Breville, I think it's a Bambino or something like that. It's actually pretty legit. I got it for Christmas a couple years ago, and it is like a lifesaver. You literally use that thing once or twice a day. Before that thing, don't tell my wife, but I was dropping a lot of cash on coffee and espresso every single day, probably $10+ a day. So definitely a lifesaver. Gotta have that as part of my routine every single day. Moving on to my babies, my hats. So clearly, you know, I do my hair up a little bit, but all the other time throughout the course of the day, when I go to the gym, when I go on a run, when I'm just hanging out around the house, driving around, whatever, gotta have these boys on. I mean, I have, kind of similar to Colin, he had a bunch of hats, right? I pretty much wear all mine all the time. They get real sweaty in them, then I gotta wash them or just toss them, get a new one. Good thing OC3 always comes out with a new hat like every other week. Gotta have the OC3 hats, and then just representing other friends, things like that. Point Electric, shout out to that. They are essential to my life. I wear them all the time. I'm not wearing one right now. Probably should because I'm talking about it, of course. But it's super essential. I wear these bad boys all the time. Talking about hats, talking about my hair, gotta talk about the product. Old Spice Fiber Wax. This bad boy is essential for my life for a couple reasons. One, I am a physical therapist. I literally came right from work today. This is what I look like at work. Polo, got my hair done up, right? Looking all professional. People want to see that professionalism in the workplace, right? You go to see your doctor or your physical therapist or your whoever, you would expect that person to hopefully look fit, you know, if they're gonna try to heal you up, and at the same time look pretty darn professional because they went to school for so damn long. So you gotta keep it fresh. This is the way to do it. The Old Spice, put it in the hair right after you get out of the shower, dry it off just a little bit, spice it together, and it holds pretty damn well. So hopefully you can get your hands on some of this Old Spice because this is the thing that you want. This is gonna do it in the hair. Moving on, this one is near and dear to my heart. My entire life, I had pretty much crappy cars growing up. They were hand-me-downs, no offense to my dad and my mom. You know, they were ones of the old cars that they had, 98 Nissan Sentra, an old Chevy Equinox. Ran great, got me from point A to point B. But this bad boy right here, Palisade, baby. I've never actually had a legit car that I'm like, damn, this car is comfortable. This car is fast. This car can safely drive my family around and have enough room in the back to store my golf clubs. But this right here, Hyundai Palisade, they have done a fantastic job with this car. It is my life. I love this thing. It also has a secret little key thing, just in case, like, for some reason there's an atomic bomb or something and like you can't hit the electric button. You got this little key in here, or I guess you could even stab someone if you needed to. Hopefully I never have to do that.
I think it's for valet.
Yeah, it might be for valet too. I don't really know.
It could just be for the simple thing.
Could be for one of those. But I'm gonna go with what I said there because I really have no idea. But either way, this thing is awesome. And like I said, the big thing too with the family, it's a family car, it's super comfortable, and my family is massive, okay? My parents split, remarried, they got family that split and remarried, so going to Christmas or someone's birthday, my son's birthday, I mean, think about how many gifts a 2-year-old gets when it's the first grandkid on this entire massive family. That barely fits inside of this massive car. We got a 3rd row. So I am so glad that we have a car like this now. It is fantastic. My wife always wants to drive it and I don't let her because it's my baby. So that is essential. Next up on the essential list, it is the shades. We got the hats, all the different kind of hats, the different colors, the different fits, the different styles. Same thing with the shades. I mean, I have a lot of sunglasses that I've been collecting over the years. I secretly am kind of a hoarder of different kind of sunglasses. My personal favorite has always been Oakley. I have loved Oakley. I think this is actually one of my first pair of sunglasses that I ever had in my entire life. It was a gift from my dad going into high school. He gave me these sunglasses. They're awesome. They were polarized. They were the coolest thing at the time. They have a lot of scratches and dents on them, but yeah, so they are absolutely awesome. You gotta love the Oakleys. Recently, I've kind of changed my style a little bit instead of more of the sporty, kind of into just like the chillin', you know, something along these lines right here. And honestly, a golden gem, if you guys wanna look it up, Revo, R-E-V-O. They have some awesome sunglasses that honestly, super polarized, super comfortable. They have a ton of different styles. These things are top notch, honestly. And they're not Maui Jims or anything like that because those are awesome as well. But these things, top notch, you gotta get yourself some. I wear them all the time. Anytime I walk outside, sunny, shiny, cloudy, rainy, doesn't matter. I probably got sunglasses on. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gents, moving on to the workout attire. Now, I work out a lot less than I used to, of course, back in the day when I was working out like 3 times a day, every single day, no rest days, no matter what. But basically now at this point, working out a lot less, the workout attire is essential. I have grown up from my, junior high school days of wearing the cotton stuff that's just hot and you're just sweating profusely in it. And I have moved on to, okay, dry fit for a couple of years, right? I quickly learned that wearing a lot of dry fit stuff started stinking like 2 weeks after you started wearing it. You wash it a couple times and it's stinky. You gotta get rid of it. And it hurts you in the pocket because it's kind of expensive, right? Moving on to the next stage of my life, I have found Rhone, R-H-O-N-E. I have found anything that OC3 puts out because that stuff is just absolutely comfortable. I don't know what Colin produces there, or 10,000. These shorts are the most comfortable pair of shorts that I own. I mean, I work out in these. I want to go home and I'm super sweaty and I just want to sit on the couch in them because they're so comfortable. I get yelled at, of course, because I guess you're not supposed to do that, but these things are just top notch. You need the comfortable workout clothes if you're going to be working out often, people. So you got to get the I don't even know what these are. 10,000 sweatpants. They're awesome. You can run in these. You can lounge around in them. You can do stuff like power cleans, which is really cool. I mean, things like that will not rip it apart because I've had clothes that just get ripped apart the second or third time you do some power cleans in them. You don't want that. You want something that's durable. You want something that's comfortable. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to spend a few extra bucks, but yeah, it's worth it 1,000%. So these workout clothes, essential. They gotta be comfortable. Now this is an easy one. It's essential for many different reasons. One, because I chug water all day long. I probably fill this thing up 5-6 times a day when I'm at work, probably 2 more times after I'm done working out. Water is essential for your body. Your cells are made up of a ton of water, 80+% water for each cell that's in your body, which is a crap ton of cells if you ask me. And so water is super duper important. Of course, me personally, I like to mix my protein shakes in here, but usually what I do in the morning, I'll make my espresso, throw the espresso in here, mix it with the protein shake. So now you got everything coming together of all my essentials, boom, smack dab into one. The other thing, honestly, that I use this thing for the most is if I'm getting sick, vitamin C tablets, airborne tablets, things like that, drop those bad boys in there, pound it down, chug it out. So this thing, it's essential. All of my shakers go missing. My stepdaughter takes them to school or my wife will take them to work and they just vanish. So I need to get probably a couple more, but these things, it's the way to go. Everyone that I've ever seen do a video like this on GQ, they always talk about their headphones, right? I'm the next guy. You gotta have these as part of your essentials. I use my AirPods all the time. At first, I hated the AirPods. I thought they were stupid. I thought I would lose them. I thought they would fall out of my ear. How am I supposed to change the song? All these questions were easily answered the second that I pop these little guys right into my ear and I'm moving around and they're not going anywhere. They're just hanging out right there. So I was actually pretty impressed the first couple times that I used them. They're super fun to play with, of course, but the biggest reason why I like using it is with my kids. Early, and my wife, the family, early in the morning when I'm working out in the basement, I can't have the music just blaring because I really don't have a massive house by any means. So to have the AirPods in, you can just crank up the tunes, get after it in the basement without disturbing the peace of the rest of the family. And they're also great for running. Can't go wrong with these bad boys. They're awesome. Drum roll, please. Last thing on the essentials list is a Hypervolt. This is the best tool since sliced bread. Honestly, this thing is awesome for a couple different reasons. One, as a PT, I use this thing all the time because I feel like it's super beneficial. It's super helpful to people. They have less pain with it. It helps them warm up before exercise. It helps them cool down after exercise. And I've actually done my own little mini trial tests of running. I have used this thing. If I'm going on a 2-mile run, I've calculated out, I've done 4 of them. 2 of them I did just with warming up with this thing. About 5 or 10 minutes on my calves, on my quads, whatever. And then I went for a run. The other 2 different times, I did, your dynamic warm up, the jumping jacks, the, leg swings, things like that to get blood flowing. I felt better afterwards on both of the 2 that I only used the Hypervolt. I don't know what this thing has magic inside of it, but it does. I'm telling you, it is the new era foam rolling. You need to get yourself one of these or a knockoff brand, honestly, because they're kind of expensive, to heal your body up. These things are awesome. Trust me, I use it all the time. So these are my 10 essential things, right? So we got everything laid out. You got to know me a little bit more, kind of what I like, what I think is essential. And clearly, this is a list. There is no top or bottom of this list because I think all of it is essential for day-to-day work, kind of more work specific, some more exercise specific, but that's me in a teeny tiny little nutshell. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure that you like and subscribe. So, do a little closeout thing, or what'd you do? Did you do it with all your stuff on here or without anything on there? I had like kind of music already playing in my head of what I kind of want out of it, but this is one of them, I guess.
You already know?
Yeah, I gotta have like a kind of like a vibe on the, the song that's playing right now.
Oh, for sure.
I pretty much use this thing every single day. You have the Bellinger. I think it's Bellinger. Was it Bellinger?
What?
Espresso maker.
No, Brevel.
Brevel, that's it. I watched a Little Dicky one this morning. That guy is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my god. You know who that is, that rapper?
Oh, yeah.